back on our lives and the various moments that jump out as exciting or interesting or horrifying, it's a fun game every now and then to consider the walk-on roles in those stories. Not the supporting cast, I mean the one-liners, the background extras. You know, it's hard to say how much our own fuck-ups register in any random passerby's thoughts. It's undeniable that we affect a few, for at least a moment. I think about those moments a lot, especially when I think about Dallas. I was in Dallas on a business trip, and I had just that right combo of being alone in a city, disposable income, and not having to drive, to just drink myself through time. Now, I don't like bragging during drinking stories because that was not a fun chapter in my life. But I do feel it's necessary to state the context of this marathon blackout. A coworker described me as fucked up from a distance, and when you got up close to me, they said it looked like I was having a stroke. My embarrassment came the next morning when I awoke in my hotel room without pants, and the coworker I was sharing the room with already awake next to me. He was not pleased. And as daylight and sobriety crawled back into my head, I began to realize what had happened. Again, this is according to him. So, in my blackout state, I've arrived into the room. And without acknowledging anyone, I just go straight to the corner and I start standing in front of the table that was over there. Now, it was dark, so the coworker doesn't remember the specifics, but apparently there was this water that coated the table and spilled onto the floor. When asked what I was doing, I just mumbled incoherently and fell back into bed asleep. Now, at this point, I wasn't entirely convinced that I had completely pissed myself and the table, but my coworker was rightfully upset. But it was only multiplied when we realized that the hotel was going to charge an extra room service fee to clean up the mess. That was not good, because our company was paying for our hotels, so the extra $200 charge was going to go to their account. I think about the background people in this scenario. You know, the cleaning ladies and the very nice lady at the front desk, who I spent the better part of a half hour with a hangover, trying to get the charges switched over to my own credit card. Like, what must they have thought of me as I stood there with as much dignity as I could, trying to describe the reasons for the extra charges without explicitly mentioning piss? Judging by my copy of the bill that I received after the charges were transferred over, I don't think they bought it. I still remember the phrase, "Guest peed all over the room." It was very straightforward. Still, the ladies were very nice. They were much nicer than my coworker anyway. I don't know, maybe they were used to idiots like me. Maybe they found my attitude toward the whole thing endearing for some reason. I don't know, maybe they didn't think a thing of it, and that's just the way they were. Still, it's interesting to think about the background players in your story, especially when you're too drunk to watch the story play out yourself.